Music producers, I was asked a question recently in my IG live stream, which you can definitely go see the next time I'm in there. I don't know why I keep doing it, but it's funny. Go check it out at Curtis King, 2 S's. In this IG live, I was asked a very important question from somebody who is just getting started in music production. What should I focus on if I'm only 1 month into making beats, Curtis? Easy, let's talk about it. Music producers, I know that most of my audience are folks that have already been established and you've already been working on your beats. Maybe you've been in for a few years. And I know that I talk to an audience, very specific audience, but every so once in a while, we'll get people that come in that are just getting started. They're motivated. They've been on YouTube searching out videos that are going to help them get to whatever level they want to get to very early, or people that they aspire to be like, whatever the case may be. I get questions every once in a while that says, Curtis, I am just getting started. I am 1 month in. What should I do? What should I focus on? And for anybody that is just getting started, this is my advice for you. Focus on the music. You're going to be tempted to look for as much advice to consume, and it's very important for you to be a sponge of information. But it's also important for you to use this time to discover not only what you like and dislike, but also discover errors. You do not want to be robbed. Believe me when I say this, you don't want to be robbed of the beautiful experience that is trial and error, because you're going to learn some things about yourself. You're going to learn some things beyond music too. You're going to learn some things about yourself, about your lack of patience, your amount of patience, your amount of enthusiasm about this music. You're going to learn some things about how you approach new things that are overwhelming. And it's probably something that you have addressed in the past and didn't want to have come up again. And you were hoping music wasn't going to bring up these dirty skeletons in your closet, but it's going to happen. So in the beginning, do not have expectations in terms of who you're going to be. You don't know who you are, period. So do not put expectations on the music. Second of all, use YouTube and use courses because I even have a beginner's course, and this will be like the very marketing business thing of me to say, well, you can always just go get my course. No, that's not what I'm getting ready to do. I'm trying to give you advice for your 1 month in. You don't need a course right now. You need to sit with your music and be ignorant about everything, change every knob, try things, test things, put things together, do things the wrong way, and you gotta go in the wrong direction for a long time to appreciate those moments when you, oh snap. That's why people do that. Yes, can people speed up the process for you? Yes, they can. You can go to courses, you can go to tutorials, and they will speed the process up. So what's the point, Curtis? The point is for you to increase your retainability, your ability to let these things not only be exposed to you, but also be with you for the rest of your career. If you really want to find your sound, if you really want to get to a place where not many producers get to, and you really want to make a success out of this, in the beginning, you are going to make errors, so let it happen. You don't have to speed your process up. What is the point of speed? You think that you're going to speed in 2 months what somebody had to achieve in 6 to 7, 8 years, or 15 to 20 years? You want to be your favorite producer and they've already been producing for 8 years, and you think you're going to do that in 6 months? You can mimic certain things, but you cannot mimic experience. You cannot mimic trial and error. You're mimicking somebody's inroad. And it's not to say there's no benefit in learning some things from them, but take it all with a grain of salt. Understand that everybody has their own journey. Everybody has their own why for why they do things. It wasn't to copy somebody else, more than likely. If anything, it was a combination of different inspirations or different people that they looked up to. When you take from one source, if you're trying to be just like one producer, that's called plagiarism. If you take from multiple sources and you combine it into your own and you say, I like these elements of this producer, but I don't like these elements of that same producer, that is called research. You know you're gonna have an English lesson or a research lesson like from your high school days or your college days, but you got there right now, huh? Ha ha. So do your research. If you're just beginning, stay off YouTube, because you're gonna learn a lot of people's bad habits as well as their good habits, but you're gonna learn a lot of people's bad habits without understanding why they're doing what they're doing. You don't even know what you like at this point. So it's probably most important that no matter how much advice you get, you focus at least within the first few months, if not the first year, on discovering who you are through the process. And please believe, I know this does not sound like the most fun approach, but I'm telling you, if you stand the test of time, you separate yourself aggressively from the herd of other producers that want to be and sound like each other, first of all. And second of all, you're going to put yourself in this rare air where you're able to just experience music on a very personal personal level and you get to fall in love with music. Not everybody loves music. That is an epiphany I wish somebody would have told me in my first month. I came into this thinking that everybody who was great at music loves music. And that's not the truth. Some people love elements that music can bring along, whether it's money, whether it's girls, whether it's attention, whether it's fame. They love those elements so much that it gives them the motivation, cheap word, motivation, to become great at their craft in the eyes of other people. But it doesn't mean that they love the music. There are some people who are great at music and they don't love music. They're just great at mimicking for the sake of getting to an end goal, like I said, that is finance, that is fame, that is attention, whatever drug of their choice. My drug of choice, and this is gonna sound like one of them PSAs from the 90s, is music. I love music. And I got FL Studio 20. Baby, are you ready to cook or not?
No.
Flicky, do you love me? Are you riding? Are you hard driving?
No.
What's your problem, baby? Come on, let's cook.
You don't deserve me. Rewire told me she saw you out with Ableton last night acting like a hoe.
Hold up. Music to me has been a friend, a best friend, a girlfriend, a wife. Don't tell my wife. She's been around for a long time and she's been very, very loyal. She's allowed me to grow without putting pressure on me. If anything, the only pressure that was being applied was from me being impatient in my first beginning years. But do not feel the pressure, my friend. If you're just getting started, do not feel the pressure to have to be anybody. You don't have a responsibility to be anything. Matter of fact, most of your friends who are not into what you're into, they're probably looking at you like, you're gonna give this up in less than a few months. I don't even know why you're doing it. They're probably looking at you like a doggone fool. And that's cool. Let them. Because guess what? You're going to play the fool for a little bit. You're gonna have weird experiences where you make things that just don't make any audible sense. But that's okay. Everybody has to dig through the dirt to get to the treasure. The dirt is the ugly parts of your beat making process. The dirt is not understanding what this knob does, but you kind of understand and it kind of makes your beats better. The dirt is using plugins and paying for them and realizing that you probably didn't even need to pay for it because it's a stock plugin that is the basic duplication of that. You're gonna go through a lot of these steps that are going to show you that there is no teacher like experience. Even my own videos, I'm telling you, stop watching my videos. If you're a beginner, stop watching my videos. Unless you're looking for more of the psychological approach, stop watching my videos. You have to invest your time into your work. Fall in love with this. Allow yourself time to fall in love with it. 1 month is not a long time. 1 month, if you try to date somebody for a month and tell them that you love them, you gonna sound crazy. And I sound like me in my younger days. I love you, girl. God, I love you. Simping head ass, simping. Stop simping over music. Allow yourself time to fall in love with music because music is pure. Music is the most perfect woman, the most perfect, whatever the opposite of you is, the most perfect. This is the purest thing that you could ever even experience. The only impurity in this whole back and forth is you. So what can you do to try to achieve a little bit more of that purity? By letting things be what they are. Learn things along the way, but don't overwhelm yourself. When you learn too much and you get too much advice, something occurs called analysis paralysis, where you start to take all these rules and things that you heard from other people around and you start to insert it and you put that all into your one brain, and it makes you look at music like it's a checklist of things to not do and to do. And there literally are no rules to this. If music is subjective, if music is best when it is emotional, how can anybody tell you how to be a better emotional creature than yourself? How can anybody tell you how to achieve your emotion better? So I think it is best if you are in your first few months to just be with music. You're gonna wanna be around some other people who understand it. You're gonna wanna increase your learning curve, and you can do that. You got time to do that. If you're just starting off, you got time to do that. But do not skip out on the vital and important experience of actually being with the music, being with the ugly parts of it, finding the beautiful parts of it, stumbling across things and saying, oh wow, I didn't even know I could, oh wow, that's how you do that? That's how you make hi-hat rolls? That's crazy. Because as you're learning, if you start to learn too fast and you're picking things up, you're losing the experience. This journey is not about an end destination of you becoming this greatest producer of all time. This journey is all about the journey. How do I know that? Because all the producers I talk to, including myself, have stories that are talking about things that have happened in the past as their brightest moments. Their best beats happen in the past. So I would much rather you live in the moment. It's okay to not be as tight or anywhere near as tight as producers you look up to. That's okay. They had to start somewhere too. But keep this in mind. Every beat starts with one sound. Every beat starts with one sound. No matter how developed you are, no matter how amateur you are, every beat starts with one sound. Sit with this experience, appreciate it, fall in love with it. And these questions that you have, like, what do I focus on? Focus on one thing at a time. Follow one course until success, and then lead yourself to the next one thing. And I promise you, this will be so much more enjoyable. And on top of that, you'll be making the music that you want to make very soon. If this is your first time watching videos like this, I want to say thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. Leave a like if you enjoy the information in this video. Also, hit the notification bell and be a part of the notification gang. Hey, doodle. In this life, you will not be full of life until you decide on the life to its fullest. Once again, it's Curtis King of SlapExperts.com. Have a good one. Look up, Nazi. Say cheese.